All right, so for 5.3, we are looking at how to solve radical equations. So we're looking for the solutions for x where we have radicals in our equation. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to isolate or kind of get alone the radical sign. So we want to get that square root or whatever root it is, the third root, fourth root, we want to get that by itself. If it's not already. A lot of them probably will be already. Then once we have that by itself, once we've got that radical isolated, we are going to raise each side of the equation to the same power as the radical in order to cancel out or eliminate the radical. And once we've done that, then all we need to do is to solve the equation. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples of this. Here I have the square root of 1 minus x equals 7. Since this is the square root, right, this is a kind of implied 2 there. What I'm going to do to solve this is I am going to square both sides of the equation. Or I'm going to take both sides of the equation to the power of 2. What this does is that this squaring cancels out the square root, or it eliminates that radical. So that gives me just 1 minus x on the left side of the equation. And then 7 squared would be 7 times 7, which is 49. So now I have 1 minus x equals 49, and this is the equation that we should know how to solve. We want to get x by itself. I would first subtract 1 on both sides in order to cancel out with this 1 that I have right here. So that would leave me with negative x equals 49 minus 1 is 48. This negative x, a key thing to remember about it is that would be a negative 1x, so we can eliminate that negative 1 by dividing by negative 1. That'll cancel out with my coefficient of negative 1 with the x here, and that gives me x equals 48 divided by negative 1 is negative 48. Okay. So this gives us the solution x equals negative 48. Okay, then for the next one, we have, again, the square root of x plus 3. So if I have a square root on one side of the equation, I can square both sides, or I can take both sides to the power of 2, and that will eliminate the radical. Those two things cancel each other out. And so we would then have x plus 3 on the left side, and 6 squared is 36. This is another equation that we should know how to solve. We have x plus 3. I can then subtract 3 on both sides in order to cancel out with the plus 3. And that would give me x equals 36 minus 3 is 33. And so I get x equals 33 for my solution here. And that is all for example 1.